In our previous parts we saw where the oranges come from, orange orchards in Portugal, and how the oranges are grown. In this part, we will look at how the orange juice is made on large scale. The oranges from the grove, which have already been cleaned and separated for juicing, are again scanned and then sent to extractor machine, which squeezes to get the juice out of the oranges, extracting the peels. Sometimes the oranges are sliced and put in pressing machine to get the juice. The juice extracted then get filtered to remove coarse and suspended particles from the orange juice and to maintain its color and flavor as much as possible. At times, depending on the producer, the juice gets bottled directly with small shelf life. For long-life juice, filtered orange juice is then pasteurized to achieve bactericidal effect without destroying the quality. Homogenization process is used for turbid juice. Homogenization prevents solid-liquid separation. The sterile product is filled into a sterile packaging container in a sterile environment for sealing. After pasteurization, the orange juice is transferred to a loading bin and directly loaded into a can or bottle. Immediately after the canning, the hot juice is inverted and the bottle cap is disinfected using the residual temperature. Then, the cold water spray is to cool the juice to below 38 degrees Celsius. To reduce the loss of juice flavor, the orange juice needs to be packed into the bottle within 2 minutes. The bottle juice is then packed into boxes and sent to distribution center for distribution. In some cases, the bottled product also goes through scanning to check quality. The carbon footprint of this stage depends on the energy used for processing and packaging, as well as the amount of water and waste generated. Processing also involves water consumption and wastewater treatment, which can have environmental impacts on local ecosystems. The final stage and the most carbon-intensive stage of the orange supply chain is the transport and shipping from the producing countries to the importing countries and to supermarkets. While the carbon footprint of orange farming is relatively low, high amount of emission is noted during the transportation, processing, and packaging process. Oranges are shipped by refrigerated containers that use diesel fuel and refrigerants that have a high global warming potential. The carbon footprint of this stage depends on the energy used for refrigeration and lighting, as well as the consumer behavior such as driving to the store or wasting unconsumed juice. In recap, for making orange juice using the concentrated form method, the juice from fresh oranges is first extracted. The juice is then heated to evaporate most of its water content, creating a concentrated form. This concentrate is stored or transported in a much smaller volume. When ready for packaging, water is added back to the concentrate, reconstituting it to its original juice form. The juice is then pasteurized to kill bacteria, packaged and distributed, while the not-from-concentrate NFC orange juice is made by directly squeezing juice from fresh oranges without removing the water content. The juice is then pasteurized to kill any harmful bacteria and extend its shelf life. After pasteurization, it's packaged and distributed as fresh juice without any concentration or reconstitution involved. In terms of carbon footprint, orange farming has low around 0.2 to 0.5 kg CO2 emission per kg of oranges depending on practices, where 45% from planting process, 22% from fertilization and pesticides, 11% from irrigation, 11% from harvesting, 11% from transportation, which can vary based on the transportation method. In comparison with orange farming, the estimated carbon footprint from juice processing is relatively higher, which can range from 0.5 to 1 kg CO2 emission per litre of juice. While the carbon emission from farming and related activities just accounts to 28%. Transportation accounts to 3%, and processing oranges to make juice and packaging accounts to 69% of the total emissions. To reduce the carbon footprint of orange juice, you can take some actions. Such as buying organic or fair trade oranges and juice that support more sustainable farming practices, choosing oranges and juice brands that is shipped by sea rather than air, drinking juice that does not need further reconstitution, avoiding wasting juice and oranges by drinking or eating it before it expires or using it for cooking or baking, and recycling juice cartons or bottles instead of throwing them away, and composting orange peels. By knowing more about how oranges are grown, harvested, transported, stored, processed into orange juice, and made available at your supermarket, you can make more informed choices about your beverage consumption and its environmental impact. Orange juice is not only delicious, but also climate-friendly compared to other drinks that require more energy-intensive production or transport. Enjoy your orange juice.